What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Zero Lab. Today we're taking a look at another Pokemon TCG Pocket deck, and today it is Exeggutor EX with Shaman. This deck has gained one card from the new set, the new Shining Revelry set, and that is the Pokemon Center Lady, helping us to just heal more damage off of our Exeggutor EXs. The Pokemon Center Lady heals 30 damage from one of your Pokemon, and it recovers from all special conditions. So that's really good healing in the deck that we already have very good healing in. The Shamans obviously heal a 10 per turn from each of our Pokemon. We've got potions. We've got Erica, which heals 50 from one of our grass-type Pokemon. So lots of tank and heal ability with the Exeggutor EX. Obviously, we're playing a 2-2 Exeggutor EX, 2 Shaman, and then 1 Celebi EX. 1 potion, 2x speeds, 2 Pokeballs, 2 giant capes. Just make our Exeggutors a little bit bulkier. 2 research, 2 Erica, 1 Cyrus, and 1 Pokemon Center Lady. So we're going to jump into the new ranked ladder here on TCG Pocket and see how we can do with the Exeggutor EX deck. I still think this is just one of the best decks in the game. Can kind of survive anything, and as long as you're flipping enough heads on that Exeggutor EX's attack, you're going to do fine. But if you're enjoying the content here at the Zero Lab, don't forget to leave a like on this video, comment down below what you think of this deck, and then hit that subscribe button, as it really helps us grow the channel. Looks like we're going second. We're starting the Execute. We've got Giant Cape and Pokeball in hand, and we'll see what our top deck is. Looks like we're also going up against a grass deck. We've got the Sprigatito here, so it is some sort of Meowscarada deck. The new Meowscarada from Shining Revelry is very strong. It will hit, I believe, for 130 into our Exeggutor. Double Pokeball here, which is really nice. Hopefully we can find our Shamans. 1 Shaman here. And there is the Celebi. Alright. Celebi is in a little bit of danger in this matchup because of the Meowscarada being able to one-shot it. So we're just going to Seed Bomb here into this Farfetch'd. Hope to top deck the Exeggutor EX next turn. Otherwise, we have some healing with the Shaman, the Erica. This Farfetch'd hitting for 40, so we'd have to use Erica to survive another Leak Slap. That wouldn't feel amazing. We'll probably have to bench the Celebi here and just start getting energy onto it. There's the Pokemon Center Lady. So, Pokemon Center Lady heals enough damage for our Execute. So, we'll actually use that to begin with. And then the Fragrant Flower Garden on our Shaman, get us all the way back up to full HP. And Seed Bomb here. Just relying on that top deck here, hoping to find our Exeggutor EXs. Otherwise, we do have the backup of the Celebi EX to be attacking once we get enough energy on it. But preferably, we're not attacking with that early. That's kind of a late game sweeper. A good way to OHKO the Meowscaradas. There's a potion onto the Farfetch'd. That's unfortunate. We were hoping to knock that out next turn. If they don't evolve here, though, we can pretty safely go into the Celebi this turn, which I think is what we are going to do. We're going to research first, however. Giant Cape on the Celebi is really nice. Attach for turn as well onto the Celebi. X speed to get out of that Execute. We don't want to lose that energy attachment. Retreat into the Celebi. And then we just need a 1 heads flip on the Celebi EX attack to take the knockout this turn. Powerful Bloom. Tails. Heads. There we go. All right. That's always a little, concerning. You never know if you're going to quite get the heads that you need, but we got there with the Powerful Bloom. Rocky Helmet doing 20 back to us. We'll be able to heal that off with the Shaman's Fragrant Flower Garden ability. Sprigatito coming up into the active. Like I said, they didn't evolve the Sprigatito last turn, so we don't have to be worried about a Meowscarada coming down. They do have Rocky Helmets going on to that Sprigatito. Cry for Help is going to allow them to start getting set up. But hopefully we can be too far ahead for them to catch up. Alright, attach for turn. And we'll Powerful Bloom. 2 heads needed here for the knockout. And we only get 1. That's alright. We should be in an okay spot. 7 cards left in deck. 1's a research. 2 of them are Exeggutor EXs. So odds slowly increasing of drawing into that Exeggutor EX. We have our healing for our Celebi as well. Opponent evolving up into that Florigato. Just waiting on our opponent's turn here. Leak Slap. Gonna do a 40 to our Celebi. We'll be able to heal all of that off. Fragrant Flower Garden. Healing 90. Or healing us back up to 90. Erica will get us to 140. Then, do I want to use the potion? I think I want to use the... So if their Meowscarada hits for 130, I believe it's 60 plus 70 more. Even if they have a red, they knock us out anyway. So they would have to have a red to get to a 140. So I think we're gonna save that potion. All right, we got the knockout on this Farfetch'd, and then we also have the knockout on the Sprigatito with Execute if we need it. We have the Cyrus in hand. We'll do 20. So unless they heal that up to 30, I think we're all right. There's the Meowscarada. That does 130. I assume they've got the red, but maybe not. There's the red. So as long as they don't heal this guy, we have game in hand. There's the Fighting Claws to knock out our Celebi, but we'll just promote the Execute, knock out that bench Sprigatito for our last prize. All right, Cyrus, bring up the Sprigatito. And then Seed Bomb for the knockout here. So, never even found an Exeggutor. We had 5 cards left in deck. 1 was Research, 2 were Exeggutor EX. So, yeah, that's the name of the game with Pocket sometimes. I would love an item card that just found you a random evolution Pokemon from your deck. I think that would just be really good for the game, but haven't seen that yet. Maybe in a future expansion. All right, jumping into a game 2 here with the Shaman Exeggutor deck on the ranked match ladder. Execute to the active. We got double Research in hand. That's always a great start. Looks like we're going up against the Garchomp EX Lucario deck. This is all right for us because we do hit them for weakness, but they can start to hit for a lot of damage with those Lucarios, so we got to just be a little bit careful. Pokeball, Erica off that Research. If we can just find an Exeggutor EX next turn, we're going to be in a very good spot. I'll just end the turn there. We've got the top deck plus Research to draw 3. So hopefully we can find the Exeggutor EX next turn. Opponent getting well set up here. They got double Riolu in play, double Gibble in play. They had the Research, so they're starting off strong as well. We just need to find that Exeggutor EX, and I think we should be just fine. There's the top deck of the Cyrus. Professor's Research here. Draws 2. All right, we got Celebi and Shaman. The Shamans are nice because they're going to heal off that damage that we just took. However, we're in a little bit of trouble. I mean, we didn't draw into Giant Cape or Exeggutor EX. We're down both research. That's tough. We're just going to have to load up the Celebi EX and hope it can carry us through. Hope that they don't have the Lucarios to boost this damage output. They got the second research as well. So we're both drawing strong. Who finds their evolutions first is going to be the question here. Do they have the Lucario, or do they just have the Gabites? Looking like no Lucario? All right, we survive. Just barely. Just barely. There's our Giant Cape. Gonna bench the Celebi if I can grab it. There we go. All right, Fragrant Flower Garden. We'll heal off that damage. I do think I will put the cape on the Execute, because then they need 2 Lucarios. I'm going to use the Center Lady here, which might seem weird, but I want to save Potion Erica. Healing 70 in a turn is really, really good. We only have the 1 potion. So we're going to Seed Bomb here for the knockout. We take the first point. We just really need to be drawn into our Exeggutor EX. Do they have the Garchomp is the other question. They have the Garchomp EX. All right, so they're going to be doing how much does 50 to one of your opponent's Pokemon? They've got the Lucario, so now they're doing 70 to the active. If they want to. They choose to just take that knockout there on the Execute. It's unfortunate. Maybe in a little bit of trouble. Our Exeggutors have been hiding all day from us. I haven't seen a single one, actually. They're in the bottom 6 cards of our deck again. That's unfortunate. All right, double heads would be huge here. Just 1. That's all right. That's going to do 70. And then double heads next turn would get us the knockout. I do not believe they can one-shot our Celebi unless they have red in hand. They are doing 140 now. There's the Dragon Claw. All right, so we basically have to flip double heads here or we lose. We just don't have enough healing to overcome them doing 140 damage. We'll still do all the healing we can do anyway. But that's all we can do. We're just hoping to hit double heads here. There's 1. There's 2. All right. We just barely got there. All right. Game 3. We're going into. We're 2-0 with the deck, but we still haven't seen an Exeggutor EX, which is just so crazy. But that's just how you draw sometimes in Pocket. Imagine how much better these games we've been winning would be if we could draw into our Exeggutor EX. Anyway, we're going to send a thanks to our opponent, jump into a game 3. All right. No Exeggutor in hand yet. Going up against a water deck. Starting the Manaphy. Are we going first? We are going first. All right. Pokeball. It's going to find us our second Shaman. Happy to have those down. And we'll just end our turn here. Holding on to these cards in case they Iono or something like that. We attach the Giant Cape there. If they Iono us, we only draw 2. We don't really need the Giant Capes right now. What we do really need is our Exeggutor EX to come out and play this game, though. And there's the Iono we were just talking about. So glad we did not attach those Giant Capes. Drawn into Erica, Giant Cape, and X Speed. A little bit better hand, at least because we have the Erica. Looks like this is a Wug Trio EX deck. That's going to be super scary if we don't find our Exeggutor EX soon. The game does not want us to find our Exeggutor EX. So we're just seed bombing. Giant Cape coming down onto the Wiglet. Hoping they have as tough of a time drawing in their stage ones as we do, but apparently not. Apparently, I'm going to have to check my deck list after this. We do play Exeggutor EXs in here, don't we? Oh my gosh. I can't draw an Exeggutor EX, but they can draw Wug Trio, Retreat, Dawn. Really? That's so annoying. All right, there we go. I can stop complaining about my Exeggutors now, I guess. Got to Erica this Shaman just to try to save it a little bit. All right, now we need to flip double heads in a row on this, but we cannot, unfortunately. All right, that was nice that all the damage went to the Shaman. But that means all the damage is coming our way next turn. Although we have another Execute, but we cannot bench that. So Tropical Swing here. We gotta hope that they don't have an Irida now. Or a potion or anything. So we don't have to want to flip heads again. There's a Research. Attach return to Manaphy is a good sign for us. Pokecom. Probably should have used the Pokecom before attaching to the Manaphy. There's the other Wiglet. All 150 come down onto the Exeggutor. Wiglet can knock us out. But we're going to Potion here. And then we are safe to bench the Celebi now. So we will be knocking out the Wug Trio. And Tropical Swing will take the knockout here, whether it was heads or tails. All right, they would need to have Misty plus Wug Trio EX in hand, which they don't have. So, hopefully should be all right. But we do need to flip heads to knock out this Wiglet if they target us down, or if they... Oh, they're... Okay. All right. We've got a chance. Pokemon Center Lady, heal more damage. Attach for turn onto the Celebi. Tropical Swing. Do an 80. Irida to heal. That's fine because they didn't have the Dawn, and that helps a lot. We're just going to retreat into the Celebi and hope we can hit 2 heads for the knockout here. One. Let's go. Let's go. All right. 3-0 with the Exeggutor. We didn't even draw that well, but we were still able to get there. Yeah, I think this is a great deck to be climbing the ranked ladder with in TCG Pocket. I would advise giving it a shot. If you haven't yet, pretty easy deck to build. A lot of the people should have the cards available to them to build it. If not, try to find some people to trade with. But I do think this deck is very, very strong, especially at least early on in the TCG Pocket ranked ladder. But I think it's just a generally good deck in the meta right now anyway. So hope you're enjoying these videos. If you are, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next video.